Mikkel Kessler, born March 1, 1979, is a Danish former professional boxer who competed from 1998 to 2013. He held multiple super middleweight world championships, including few battle 3 times between 2004 and 2013, and few title twice between 2006 and 2010. Kessler originally campaigned as a light middleweight and thin middleweighter the first 22 fights of his career. Super middleweight at 53 years and 22 fights, Kessler settled in the super middleweight division. Kessler continued his hard-hitting streak, dispatching 6 of his first 7 opponents by KO, thereby improving his record to 29-0 with 20 to KO. On November 29, 2002, Kessler fought for his first championship and defeated former super middleweight champion Dingen Thobel over 12 rounds to become the International Boxing Association champion. He gave up the belt fight for the more recognized international title in April 11, 2003, versus Craig Cummings. Kessler won by a knockout in the 3rd round. He defended his title on 3 occasions before finally hitting it big on November 12, 2004. His stablemate Mads Larsen, another Danish world-class fighter, was set to challenge Manny Siak for the UBA championship in Copenhagen. Larsen was injured in training and Kessler took the fight on short notice, winning the title. Kessler defended his title against Anthony Mundine in Sydney in June 2005 and Erik Lucassen in January 2006. On October 14, 2006, Kessler was elevated to UBA super champion status after winning the WBC title in a unification battle against WBC world champion Marcus Bayer at the Parken Stadium. He won by knockout at 58 in round 3. Kessler defended his WBA Super and WBC titles on 24 March 2007 at the Parken Stadium against mandatory challenger Lipobrid Andrade. The fight was scored as a shutout 1-2-0-1-0-8 by all 3 judges. Kessler vs. Calzaghe article, Joe Calzaghe vs. Mikkel Kessler. Kessler then met fellow undefeated champion, Welshman Joe Calzaghe, in a that would unify his WBA and WBC super middleweight championships with Calzaghe's bow and ring titles. The bout took place at Cardiff's Millen Stadium in November 3, 2007, in front of over 50,000 fans, then the largest indoor boxing event in European history, and Kessler lost the unification bout via unanimous decision, with the judges scoring the fight 1-1-7-1-1-1, 1-1-6-1-1-2, 1-1-6-1-1-2. 5-second world title reignited after Calzaghe vacated the WBA title to move up to light heavyweight. Kessler was put in a match with Dimitri Sartizan on June 21, 2008, for the vacant belt. Kessler knocked out Sartizan in the final round to regain his title. Kessler successfully defended his title against Danilo Hustler by 3rd round knockout on 25 October and against Guzmán Perdomo 16-2. 10 KOs by 4th round knockout on 12 September 2009, 1 minute into the round. In November 2009, the WBA once again promoted him to super champion, this time prior to unifying any super middleweight titles. Super 6 Ditzler vs. Ward. Main article, Mikkel Kessler vs. Andre Ward. His first fight was against Andre Ward in November 21, 2009 for Kessler's base super middleweight championship in the Super 6 World Boxing Classic. The fight went to the scorecards and Ward was far ahead by scores of 98-92, 98-92 and 97-93 at the time of the stoppage. Kessler vs. Frocaditman article, Carl Frock vs. Mikkel Kessler. In April 24, 2010, Kessler returned to fight against Britain's undefeated Captain Frock, a match that was called a classic and one of the best matches in Danish boxing ever. The contest went the distance and Kessler was handed a unanimous decision with scores of 115-113, 1-1-6-1-1-2 and 1-1-7-1-1-1. With the win, Kessler became a 2-time WBC champion. Kessler vs. Grenadite. In 2012, Kessler moved up in weight class to light heavyweight. In May 2012, he fought Alain Green for the vacant WIB Silvero heavyweight title. Kessler won by a knockout in the fourth round, after getting dropped by a hard right hand in the first round. Kessler vs. Magidit main article. Mikkel Kessler vs. Brian Magidit. In 2012, Kessler went up against Brian Magidit of Northern Ireland for the WBA super middleweight title. 2 times in the second round, Brian Magidit went to the floor after hard body shots from Kessler. On January 15, 2013, it was announced that a rematch between Mikkel Kessler and Carl Froch was going to take place on May 25, 2013 at the O2 Arena in London. There will be 2 belts on the line, Kessler's Ba and Froch's title. Kessler won the last showdown between the 2 boxers. On 16 October, Kessler revealed he had been hit by Lyme disease and his return would be delayed until 2018-17 in February 2018. Speaking to BT, Kessler said, "I just can't find the motivation to go through with it all," confirming he would stay retired.